Novak Djokovic, 22 Grand Slam singles titles, tied with Rafael Nadal, 6 ATP Finals titles, 38 ATP Tour Masters 1000 titles, 14 ATP Tour 500, he holds the record for most weeks at number 1 in the ATP rankings with 378 weeks. Perhaps the name says it all, the numbers above have built a legendary name in the world of tennis. Novak Djokovic is outstanding, but why is his global fan base not absolute? In other words, he also has many haters. People love and hate him for many reasons, and today let's analyze what makes Novak Djokovic hate. Is it because the public is too passionate about Federer and Nadal? As a sport for the middle and upper class, tennis fans sit right on the sidelines and applaud each good shot, regardless of who the winner is. In the midst of that elegant atmosphere, Novak Djokovic became an oddball, and many people perceive him as an outsider. Djokovic is hated because he ended Federer and Nadal's era of dominance. That's the argument of fans of the Serbian tennis player. Federer represents the attacking style of play, while Nadal embodies Djokovic, a player younger than Federer and Nadal, though not having a prominent style like them, has successfully taken advantage of the downturn phase of both to come close to the historic number 1 position. Many people will be dissatisfied if Djokovic surpasses Federer and Nadal to become the male player with the most Grand Slam titles in history. From a professional standpoint, this is really an unjust prejudice, but is Djokovic really hated just because he is the enemy of attitude on the field? Novak Djokovic has been criticized for his attitude on the court, including mocking and taunting his opponents. He also tends to question the umpire's decisions and can be overly reactive or aggressive. In tense matches, he may throw or smash his racket, or cover his face after losing a point. These actions make many people uncomfortable and they believe that Djokovic does not respect. He has also stated that he is often unfairly treated by umpires in some matches. These actions have led some people to believe that Novak Djokovic lacks respect for his opponents and lacks emotional control on the court. The moments of bad racket smashing, provocative language towards the audience, and many other behaviors that are often not in line with the gentlemanly etiquette on the tennis court are the main reasons why. At the 2020 US Open, Djokovic was disqualified for hitting a ball into the face of a female umpire. Prior to that, when the sports world was reeling from the COVID-19 pandemic, Djokovic organized the Adria Tour, which became a major outbreak. Therefore, Djokovic's stoning is not necessarily behavior outside the court. COVID is a global pandemic, and while almost everyone is focused on measures to fight against outbreaks, Djokovic goes against the tide. He is against vaccination and believes that the human body has a mechanism to fight against this type of virus. In the 2020 season, Novak Djokovic organized a football and tennis tournament in Serbia and Croatia, despite the complex COVID-19 situation. He was also found to have violated quarantine rules by secretly going to a gym in Spain. These actions made many people around the world feel that he was going against the efforts of the community. "They are nailing my son," said Serbian Djokovic, Djokovic's father, after the controversy over his refusal to enter Australia. This statement made most of the tennis community hate Djokovic and his family for always choosing a different style both on and off the court. For many years, Djokovic has been constantly involved in unworthy controversies. This is rare for Federer or Nadal, who are the gentlemen of tennis. If Federer is a symbol of elegance, and Nadal always behaves properly in defeat, Djokovic stands out with his ugly temper tantrums. Even the fact that Djokovic's parents bad-mouthed his opponents is unlike anyone else. Serbian often criticizes Federer as arrogant, petty, jealous, while his wife, Dejana, is dissatisfied with everyone just because Djokovic is not supported as much as Federer and Nadal. Both constantly throw jabs at Federer and Nadal, even though both players hardly. Many people see Djokovic's outspokenness and his family's quirky behavior as straightforwardness. Perhaps, but everything has its price. The outspokenness has made Djokovic a different person and he has to endure unkind looks. Nadal commented on Djokovic's entry trouble at the 2022 Australian Open, when he chose not to announce his vaccination status. Djokovic certainly anticipated the trouble that would come his way. The change in Novak Djokovic's personality. There has been a significant change in Novak Djokovic's behavior in recent years, but the Serbian tennis player still does not receive empathy from his colleagues and many fans. For anyone following Novak Djokovic's journey, they will notice a change in the behavior of the world's #1 tennis player in recent years. The hot-headed, arrogant teenager who used to give up easily has been replaced by a determined, disciplined man who always thirsts for victory. Of course, determination is always part of Nadal's personality and many others, and while it may be highly valued in other sports, professional tennis is not the same. As a young player who had just entered the world of tennis when Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal were dominating, Novak Djokovic had difficulty gaining acceptance from fans who saw him as an outsider against the two established names. Even Federer, Nadal, and even the great tennis player John McEnroe found themselves in similar situations as Nadal, but they did not receive the same intense reactions as. Despite having a better head-to-head record than Federer and Nadal, as well as holding many tennis records, Djokovic still has to prove his worth as the GOAT, greatest of all time, of the tennis world. After losing to Rafa at the French Open, Djokovic admitted, "I understand that there may be people who do not like what I do on or off the court. I understand that I cannot be liked by everyone. But I am okay." With his cheerful and humorous personality, and some ways to attract fans, it is clear that Novak Djokovic is more active in his approach. Djokovic also thinks about his life and always reminds himself of all the achievements he has made and how far he has come. Growing up in a war-torn region of Serbia, Novak Djokovic had to face obstacles that very few modern tennis players could imagine. His arrogance and hot-headedness stemmed from what he had witnessed and experienced during the war, but Nadal has made a lot of effort to gain empathy. There is still much to discover about this person, and I hope you can add your opinions about Djokovic, and we will discuss this together. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to us to keep up to date with the latest videos. Goodbye and see you soon.